I need a like. I've had enough of this here. I'm fed up of hearing of this guy. Like, come into Christ. I don't think Christ would be very come on to Christ. All right. I don't think Christ would be very appreciative if he'd come into him. But we can't read the rest of that, and we're better off because looking for peace and rest in this busy. Somebody can call me Satan, but if you look at if you look at certain I can't even be asked. You want to call me that? I'm not even bothered. Fucking idiots. But yeah, you can start making assumptions just because I'm like Lucifer or something. But well, what makes you think that they didn't lie? Because I'll tell you straight up that I lie sometimes, but I tell the truth even when I lie, because I'm the good bad guy. You ever seen the film? You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the devil. No, I don't. Well, just lie down and everything goes wrong. And this is better, look. See, this is pretentious nonsense. Then, you don't realise that they're talking about a possessed man that'll have you singing hymns for him. You better bow down. Next minute, he'll get bored and you're in the brig. You can't get wet in the water. Well, somebody that ends up going to that dimension better say, something's not right here before, it all goes wrong before anybody's had any warning. So you better keep that in mind. Well, he'd probably make you forget. It's getting a bit too cheesy now. Well, it's not. It's not cheesy. These aren't dad jokes. Want no cheddar? I don't even know what that means. It was funny. We gotta stop forcing family to be family. They're just as fake as friends. This is a defeatist mindset. That's coming from somebody who's been basically betrayed by most of the people he knows. It's probably because I'm a fucking, twat, but some sort of karma. But if you get to know me, I'm not that bad, and it's some of it's really out of order, some of the stuff that's gone on in the past. You're exploring your perception. We can't have this. It's out of order. We'll all fuck you over and not even be asked. Are you on universal credit? Oh, well, that's I have no recollection. You could claim up to 10 grand and get free repairs on your own. You could do it. You need to get me a better sleeping bag. You can keep the 10 grand and spend it on something from shop. I'm not bothered about that. Because if I get 10 grand now, won't have a good psychological effect. Another early one soon, this dude here, this guy's, there was this man that was some sort of brig man. He said he'd been to hell. He could walk on his hands, but he was really making me laugh. I was just coming, they let me go after the section 2. And I got a little reward at the end, the funniest man ever came over, but he was moaning. He was coming over and banging on about something, and Riley he couldn't be bothered. So he was on about roaches, and he just went roaches. It's fucking well funny. Buddhism. Don't be jealous of anyone. Don't compete with anyone. Just focus on becoming the best version of yourself. I know, but don't be jealous of anybody. You know, what if somebody's in the Beamer? Well, I'm in a Ford car. Like, it's no good, this. Don't compete with anybody. What Messi just says, like, oh, we're playing the humble game here, you know, we'll let Ronaldo win. What the fuck is Buddha on about? It's off his head. This is like, Buddha wouldn't have stood for this, because I know him quite well. That's something you're too old to do. Give a shit. Is it the same woman? Is that her grandma, or is that her? You know, they're laughing about not giving a shit. What? Like, what do they give a shit about? You know, they're posting it on the book. People don't fake depression. They fake being okay. Remember that, and be kind. I'm sick of stuff telling me like how to perceive reality on here. This isn't groundbreaking stuff here. People don't fake depression. Yeah, but there was a girl in school that faked having cancer for attention. So there definitely is people who fake depression. And, you know, if anybody's depressed, like, regardless of whatever's happened, or, like, you know, this might come across as insensitive. I've been depressed for many years. And I'm not faking it. I genuinely have. And you need to just like buckle up and get a grip. You need to start breathing, make some sacrifices. Like, you know, like say to the universe, "No, we need sorting." Yeah, get on with it. What else do you want to hear? Like, it's your life. You need to. There's only so much like lovey-dovey conversations that you can bear. Until you grit your hands and think like, fucking hell, we've had enough. That's really what it takes. And you need to break the loop, you know, a caring person. Well, what's your definition of caring? Because I've met some carers and they don't even know what that word means. So I hope you know what that means, or it will be an E out of a fucking, like, you know, you need to apply yourself. The truth is, the universe will always take care of you, you know, unless you're a fucking twat. And it's kind of still taking care of you because it wants to teach you, you know, this eternal suffering shit. It's rubbish. Jesus has made it up. And, but you know, the thing is, when the duality becomes better, the fates that you can face are even worse than burning in a sea. So you better take that into account. Because Abraham might have said that, but I don't even know him. And, you know, the universe will take care of you so long as you actually have the right intentions. But considering how intense it can get, like, you know, even the best of us end up getting our heads fried with it. So you better take that into account. But if you don't ever jump and you think we'll stay on the, you know, the shallow end, you'll end up getting farmed or something. Like, you know, seriously, you know, you can't just do that. I mean, what do you think this is? Like, you've got to do something. You've got to fucking apply yourself. My mom tells me enjoy your youth and then gets mad when I'm home late. Contradiction. This reality is a work of fiction. You know, you're the Mike Mew. I'm not listening. Like, honestly, you know, you see somebody and they're beautiful, but it's all gone a bit wrong somewhere. I'll say to myself, like, I mean, we could have a look at it, but the internet's not on. I look like a pug at one point. And you can say, like, oh, it's not about that. Yeah, but if your energy centers in your face are better, then you'll be able to express yourself better, and women will look at you and, well, like, they'll be wanting the wood. I mean, if you're a woman, like, well, some bloke's always gonna want to be in there, but yeah, if you want it to be somebody of value, like, well, there's a lot of good-looking men and they're fucking assholes, but you've got a better chance at finding somebody who's like not not like festering. If they've got like well presented skull. Because if you get somebody who's like a bit too knackered, it's not that they're a bad person, but they don't have the respect to like put the pressure against the palate or something. Like I said, I said to people in the 1960s, what's he doing? Oh, he's up to no good. Like, well, it's not obvious who he is. I don't know who that is. Yeah, a little drop of love in some ocean of pain. You need more pain. What if, like, pain's a form of love? Because how else would you become unstoppable? You think like, whoa, we've been let off here. This must be love. Yeah, but what if you can draw power from the pain? You know what I'm saying? It's all about contrast here. Sometimes you want to be sat with your girlfriend watching Star Wars or something, and then the next minute you want to be like biting somebody's jugular. Keep believing magic's real. It's not. It's an urban myth. Like hover force adventure activity. Cheshire? No, it's too far. We're in Bristol. Welcome to Wigan. No, it's not time for that yet. Occultism. Somebody's like, I don't want to join that because they've all got the wrong idea. Like, I'd have a look at it, but what can I? Like, is it gonna let me? Something went wrong. We're better off because they got the wrong idea of what the devil even is. Like, they're probably listening to Jesus. He's lost his head because he got possessed. The man who sold the world. I laughed and shook his hand and made my way back home. I searched for fallen lands. For years and years I roamed. I gazed a gazely stare and spoke to millions there. We must have died alone a long, long time ago. Oh no, not me. I never lost control. You're face to face with the son of the man who sold the world. Anyway, I need to brush my teeth here, so you can watch me brush my teeth. I need to stop my insufferable My perception's that amusing that I can't help but laugh at my own jokes all the time, even if I'm not making them. You know, Jesus had to fuck it up though. Like, do you know when you look at some like bright thing, there's like a devil floating there. Oh, well, I'm used to this sort of thing at this point. I had a piss and some woman was on wall. It's not. I'm not even hallucinating. Like, when like Harry Potter got the Grim, like in the. He didn't even die. It just meant that he had to go through some arduous pain. You know, the Dementors, they're over again. They won't leave me alone. It's probably because I've got like some sort of venom from Voldemort. You know, Voldemort like was kind of funny to be honest. Like, but the terrifying thing was like just the menacing like Tom Riddle like in the sixth one. You know, like Professor Norbert, like yeah, the other teachers they aren't quite like you. You'll understand. I was in the restricted section looking at this sort of brig book, and it said that I could like sort of become immortal. By leaving the like convenient. Oh, what's happened? Like, no, we need to. No, I'll tell you what. Like, I'll tell you when to go off. Fucking stupid phone. You're gonna watch me brush my teeth here. Whether it's a good angle or not, like it's the tech's fault. Take care of your teeth, people. Mm. Mm. We haven't got the tech to clean this up. Oh, I forgot to get some socks from the fucking people. Whatever. Barefoot's good for you. Until you step on, like, glass or a needle. But, if you got somebody looking after you, you've got, like, nothing to worry about. Get this here. There's, like, she's not off her head. you know? You know... I mean, I'd go and search a load of other, like, sort of characters that represent this archetype that I have a strange attraction to. Like, Now, Azula's supposed to be about like 14 in the show, and I'm not attracted to her sexually. Like, you all need to start realizing that attraction's a relative term. You like somebody's character, you're attracted to them. It doesn't mean you need to fuck them. Like, for fuck's sake, people. You know, but when it comes to that, when it comes to that woman off James Bond, like Goldeneye, the one who murders men like, with her legs, I I can't help but I can't help but be attracted to her. But if she tried to kill me, like, you'll have to hit her and tell her, like, tell her, I have to tell you off. People said that, like, hitting women's not right, but if they're trying to kill you during sex, then I think it's quite warranted. You say, like, you try that again, like, you might get I'll honour you again. Like, but, like, something tells me that, like, whatever the fucking hell her name is, like Xavier on the top or something, she probably knows what she's doing. So, just like, I think we're running out of time here because it's going red or something. Like, no, I don't know. No, it's a summit. I don't even know. But look, like, she's having a good time. She's enjoying the power, and who can fucking blame her? Like, she's a prodigy. So, you can't tell me that she's not a good character. I'd really rather have family physician look at her as a little Zuzu, if you don't mind. I'm about to become an only child. It's a shame for you, Azula, that Zuko's like the most mentally strong character in the entire show. So, you're a bit knackered. As it happens, he was drawing his pain from the wrong thing, like the old time, and you think that he's rubbish, but as soon as he turned, you might not have seen the show. I was gonna say film, but we're actually gonna show it some respect because the show needs to be shown respect because it's one of the best things I think I've ever seen. The fire scene. Whoa. Yeah. This woman, like, we don't talk about her. She's in the break. Bart, this is here where he's looking the best here, like he's been mewing. You need to go to sleep. You need to chew some valerian root. Yeah, who is that? Not so sure. Yeah. This is like, as you can see, like, he knows that it's the jib. He knows that the questions are rubbish, but I bet he's like, he's pulling up in the Porsche. That looks like summer. It shouldn't be like anywhere near anything. Summit's on telly. Yeah, it's the hoax. Anyway, right. Well, it's been enough.